Preparing to live stream the meeting. Meeting is now streaming live on Facebook. Awesome.
We're live. Okay, I'm gonna. Oh yeah, here it is. Oh,
Ready?
okay. So we're just gonna take a few minutes.
Awesome.
Oh, okay. Don't turn your sound on. I'm sharing it to my. I actually kind of like this Zoom setting because I don't feel like we're live.
Yeah, I like it too. And if anybody is tuning on yet, we can chat about that as well. As you go Facebook Live, you can stream right through a Zoom meeting, which is helpful. So you can have multiple participants that way. There are also other platforms like StreamYard um, and other platforms that allow for you to go live through other channels. So really cool tools. I love all the things that Zoom is doing now.
It also shows captions, which I think is really cool. So we're gonna try to monitor the comments like as we go, but there is like a slight delay. So if we don't catch your comments right away, just know we will go back and answer it because
For sure.
we're on social media kind of all the time. So just know we'll get to you. So I see we have people popping on. Welcome. Welcome to our very first ever Mugs and Marketing. Yay.
Let me cheers.
Yeah. Cheers.
Marketing. Who else is enjoying a hot beverage or a beverage of any kind this afternoon? Drop it in the comments. We want to know what you're drinking.
Mine is room temperature coffee.
The mom delight is what I like to call it. I just microwaved my mug for probably the 10th time today. Super delicious. This is black coffee, but I do have it in my best mom ever mug. It's one of my most cherished mugs that I got from my girls a couple years ago. Kristen, let me see your cute mug. It kind of matches your outfit too.
That was unintentional. I was just using this earlier, but it's from Starbucks. I've had it for a long time.
Cute. Mugs and marketing.
I was gonna use my Chicago mug that I just got from my brother who lives in Chicago, but I didn't want to dirty another dish. So
Hey, way to be like economical and efficient with your time.
so next time.
Okay.
Okay, so welcome everybody. If you're watching this on the replay, if you could leave us a red heart, or if you can find it, the salt shaker emoji, which is an emoji now, which is really cool. So leave us that, so that way we know who's live and who's watching the replay. So we decided to start this Mugs and Marketing a monthly, or well, we don't know exactly how often, but once a month or maybe more. Live Facebook Lives, because we talk to our clients all the time about Facebook Live and using live streaming as a great way to engage and connect with your audience, and doing it live, especially virtually now, is so beneficial. So we said we should probably practice what we preach, and even though it's awkward and it can be intimidating and you can feel weird, it's a really great thing to do, and it helps you add that personal touch when you're meeting with new clients, or you have somebody who's interested in your business, and maybe seeing your smiling face is what really connects to them. So that's kind of why we did this. So before we jump into our topic of today, of how to create great social media posts for your company or business, I'm going to let Sarah introduce herself and just kind of quickly talk about how and why she started Socially Seasoned, if you don't know.
Oh, wonderful. Well, thank you, Kristen, for that wonderful introduction. And I just have to say, I feel like, Kristen, you are a pro at live sessions. So I nominate you to lead everyone.
No pressure.
Oh, so good afternoon to those of you who are joining us live. And if you're watching the replay later, hello to you as well. I'm Sarah Arnold, the CEO and owner of Socially Seasoned, and we're a digital marketing agency, hence the Facebook Live and Mugs and Marketing title, in Northeast Indiana, but we serve clients all around the nation, and we primarily focus on digital marketing with our bread and butter service being social media management. I started the company 8 years ago, really as a way for myself to stay within the marketing profession, but be able to have the flexibility to raise my kiddos and be at home. And Socially Seasoned has grown and has provided me with that outlet. And I'm so thankful. Thankful for the growth, thankful for our staff, especially Kristen, who is our lead creative manager. And Kristen, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself? Tell us a little bit about Kristen Powell.
Okay, well, hello, I'm Kristen Powell. Um, I graduated from Purdue Fort Wayne, but I started in Purdue in West Lafayette with a communications degree in public relations. And let's see, I've been doing social media for a long time now. I was actually on MySpace when it was like you had to be invited by somebody, and it was only for college students. So shout out to my brother for inviting me. But I really learned so much in school, but then also while I was finishing my degree, I was a full-time hairstylist. And so I built my whole clientele and worked with my boss on building our social media presence. And that was so enlightening. And it gave me that hands-on experience of how to build an online audience and clientele all through social media and word of mouth. We were a really small salon, so we had to use social media and our clients to kind of grow. So that is kind of what got me into this job. So that's more about me. So let's get to our topic of today: how to create great social media posts for your company or business. So we did talk about this, and we said that is an extremely loaded topic. So we're going to simplify it. Oh,
Yeah,
what?
let's break it down. Let's break it down. It's huge.
Yes, I mean, this could be like an A through Z topic. So we're going to break it down because we don't want to talk to you for 4 hours. So, okay, Sarah, so tell us how we're going to simplify this and what our categories are going to be.
Yeah, so we are going to break this down into goals and strategy, branding, and connection/engagement, the most important part.
Okay, so start us off. What do you mean? Strategy, goals, social media? Oh,
You were made for this, Kristen. Well, first of all, I always think that strategy is the most important part, because it's great if you're out there posting on social media and being social, but if you don't have a strategy or goal in mind, how do you know what to post, when to post, who to post to? All of those questions need to be answered before you start forming that content that's going to be posted on all of your social media channels.
yeah, and they're representing your company firsthand.
Yeah. And thinking about too, if you're a nonprofit organization, maybe it's your strategic plan. If you are a company or a for-profit business, what are your company goals? And everything that you're doing in marketing should be pointing back to those and helping feed those so you can achieve them.
Yeah, I love that. That is ideal. So when you're thinking about like what are your goals for social media, some questions that I like popped in my head would be like, so maybe this is it. Are you trying to increase your overall brand presence? Do you want more people to know who you are? Is it that you want more visitors to your online shop or your physical shop? You're seeing some lag in those people coming in, and you're thinking, okay, social media is how I'm going to promote that. Well, you have to have that goal and those questions in the back of your mind to then say, okay, from there, what do I create that then entices people, brings people in, puts that idea in their head, like I should visit in store. So all of that goes back to strategy. So maybe you noticed like, hey, we're doing great in this list of services, but we have unique services that we want to kind of promote even more because, oh, we don't sell as much of X or, whatever that is. So these are all different goals that then when you're creating your content, you go back to, right? Does that make sense?
Absolutely. Clear as mud. No, I'm just kidding.
Perfect.
It makes total sense.
I'm not seeing any comments, any like questions, which is Totally fine. So if you have any questions, you can drop them in, or we can get to them later or now. So we say goals and strategies. Write those down on a whiteboard. I know Sarah's a big fan of her whiteboard.
It's hiding, but it's right there.
And make sure your team is aware of those goals and strategies too. So that way they can help you and hold you accountable, but also great minds, like the more people thinking about how to creatively promote that goal is the best.
Absolutely. And I always think two heads are better than one. And who knows what your team experience or education might be, but it's always good to loop them in and to bring them into that conversation, because they can be your number one advocate out on social media. Your staff, your board, your connections can help share your posts, can comment. And so the more of that you can receive from the support that you already know that you have, the better. They'll just be able to help you reach even more connections.
Which goes to our third point, connections.
Ooh.
But the engagement could be a whole other topic as well. So true. So our second thing on how to create great content or posts for your company would be branding. So branding is also a big topic, but no matter what you post, no matter what it is, if it is on your company page, or even if your personal page is used strictly professional or for building a clientele, like you need to know that every single thing should align with your brand. That builds consistency, that builds brand recognition. So an example could be Target, for instance. We see these really fun TV commercials of like dancing girls in red dresses and the white, and it's Target instantly without even seeing the Target logo or even a Target shop at all. And that's like a beautiful example of great branding. So when you're creating these posts for your company, you want to keep that in mind. Is your logo in the image? Even if it's a photo you're taking, can you put your logo in the image somehow? Maybe that's a sign, maybe that's a bag, depending on what your company is, but just having that visual to align with your brand.
Yeah, and if I can step in here, Kristen, also one of the things that Socially Seasoned does, and Kristen really brought to light the importance of, is creating a brand kit. So if you don't have a brand kit or brand guidelines, that's really something that you should look into. We like to create brand kits for new social media clients so that we can ensure that they will have that look and feel that embodies and encompasses their brand on every social media post. So that if you would see it, even without the name of the company or organization next to it, that you would know, oh, that's Socially Seasoned, or oh, that's Target, or whatever the brand might be.
Yeah, absolutely. Brand guidelines, brand kit. And those can be very simple too. I know it can be overwhelming. And I've, talked to realtors, different people who, kind of create their own brand of themselves. And it can get overwhelming to think of fonts, colors, all of that. And it can be complicated, but it can also be simple. And then you can build upon it as you develop your brand.
Mm-hmm.
So one thing I was thinking of is, we did post like, oh, can I post a picture of my dog on my company page? Well, if your brand is fun, colorful, lighthearted, you often have a dog in your pictures, I think that would totally fit. But if your situation is, I don't know, maybe more of like a cleaning company, I'm trying to like think of something off the top of my head. But if a dog really wouldn't flow with your brand, probably won't do as well with your audiences, and it probably won't help elevate your company's presence in a way.
Yeah, that's so true. And just thinking about, what is appropriate or not appropriate on social media and on your digital channels is really all up to, back to number one, strategies and goals, and then thinking about your branding. If that's not something that goes with your company personality, probably shouldn't be on social media. Thanks for those who are just popping on to join us. We're so thankful that you're here for our Facebook Live, our very first Mugs and Marketing. Cheers, and hope you're enjoying a nice beverage this afternoon. And we're going to hop into our number 3 point, which is connection. Kristen.
I will start. So, connection. Does this post, when you're typing, you're starting out, like, okay, it does go with my strategy. It's going with my goal. Great. I added my logo, or it's in my colors, or whatever the branding is, it's on brand. The third thing is, will your audience connect with it? Or does it connect with your specific target audience? So obviously that's extremely broad too, depending on who they are. But is it something that will make them stop and say, like, if it's a photo of maybe, I don't know why I keep thinking of like retail for some reason, but let's just say it's a photo of your employee, like, oh, I know her. I always see her when I'm stopping in for this, or hey, I use that product too, or that's interesting. I never even thought of that. If it's maybe a tip or a fact, something like that, what is it that's going to make them stop and actually look at it? If you think about, I like to scroll on my phone in the evening when my husband and I are watching Netflix, or if he's watching rugby and I don't want to watch rugby. So I just scroll on my phone, right? What stops me? What stops you when you're on your phone scrolling? Is it a family picture? Is it a funny meme? You think of those things and use that when you're kind of analyzing what kind of connection you want to create with your posts.
Absolutely. And when you feel that a post resonates with you, it makes you want to take action, right? So if you're looking for reactions, or you're looking for comments or shares, people are not going to do that if they're not connecting with the content that you're putting out there. So that this step is so important. The whole point of social media is to be social. Stay social. So the connection part is very, very important.
Yes. And I think that, people are drawn to things on a more personal level. So it's like, how can you break that down? And I know sometimes that's hard depending on what your business is, but that's where, little plug, that's where we can come in, or another, marketing individuals can come in, because we can help you come up with ways that will connect with them, because you want it to be genuine too, which goes with connection. Something that feels kind of phony isn't going to give that connection. So I think that's also true. And that's also a big part of it as well.
Yeah, authenticity.
So we have goals and strategy, number 1, which is kind of like 1A and 1B. Goals and strategy. Number 2, branding. And then number 3, connection to the heart.
That's so awesome. Thanks for walking us through those top 3 ways to really think about when we're creating content for social media, Kristen. And I hope that you guys have enjoyed our first ever mugs and marketing. And cheers to y'all at home, wherever you're at. Thank you for watching. If you are watching the replay and have questions, feel free to comment. We'll definitely get back to you soon. And we want to help you to understand social media as much as you can. And if you have marketing questions or topics that you'd like to hear Kristen and I, or Kristen and another teammate that we have,
or Sarah and another teammate, or Sarah by herself.
Anyway, if you'd like to hear any of us chat about another marketing question or topic, feel free to drop that in the comments or send us a message as well.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining us. I hope you were entertained and also learned a thing or two.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.